So last month, my roommate Dave decided he was going to become a coffee guy. You know the type, suddenly every mug is too basic, every bean needs to be ethically sourced, and he starts throwing around words like mouthfeel and terroir. One day, he walks into our apartment cradling this shiny, chrome-plated coffee grinder like it's a newborn baby, and sets it down on the counter with a flourish. The thing looks like it cost more than my last 3 haircuts combined. Naturally, Dave immediately launches into a 20-minute TED Talk about the virtues of freshly ground beans, and how he can taste notes of walnut and despair in our usual instant coffee. But here's the kicker, none of us even drink the fancy stuff. We're all loyal to the little green jar of instant coffee, mainly because it requires zero effort and tastes vaguely like caffeine, which is all we really need at 7 a.m. Dave, unfazed by our lack of enthusiasm, just scoffs and shakes his head, calling instant coffee bean there, done that with the smugness of someone who's just used a phrase he's been waiting to drop all week. A few days later, I catch him meticulously grinding beans, measuring water with a scale, and using a thermometer like he's prepping for open heart surgery. Meanwhile, the rest of us are in the background, swirling our instant coffee with plastic spoons and arguing about if we should order pizza for breakfast. The grinder starts making noises so loud that our upstairs neighbor texts to ask if we're building IKEA furniture at 6 a.m. Dave just grins, convinced that he's single-handedly elevating the apartment's coffee culture, while we're basically one step removed from snorting caffeine powder. Then this morning, I finally caved and asked Dave if I could try his artisanal brew, just to see what the hype was about. He handed me a mug with all the pomp and ceremony of a royal butler, whispering something about floral undertones. I took a sip, and honestly, it tasted exactly like coffee. Maybe a little hotter. I looked at Dave, shrugged, and asked, "Got any instant?" The look on his face could only be described as grounds for eviction.